The European Union has three institutions: the European Commission, European Parliament, and European Council. These institutions propose not only policy and legislation, but also decide on funding. Hundreds of millions of euros in European funding is allocated to projects and organisations across Europe every year. Health stakeholders in the UK, public, private, NHS, third sector and universities are eligible to apply for some of these funds, which can complement their aims and objectives. So let's say someone in the Northwest has an idea to improve a service, improve health outcomes, carry out some key health research. It's highly likely that they're not alone in wanting to carry out this work, and that other European partners could help them to achieve their goals through European funding. The process of applying for European funding can be long and complicated, but help is at hand to help you navigate the maze. The R&D team in NHS Northwest and the Northwest Health Brussels office have teamed up to help increase income generation through EU health funding applications and to help you find EU monies to complement your work. Over 100 European pots are available. Don't just think of the traditional research or public health pots, but explore others such as transport, agriculture and environment that can influence health and health service objectives. It's important to remember the timelines involved. Each pot of money goes on a long journey before you're able to apply for it, with debates between the European institutions and relevant stakeholders throughout the process. Usually, before the application process is officially launched, it's possible to obtain draft copies of funding texts. This is vital to give you as much preparation time as possible. Once the application process is officially launched, there's only usually 3 months or so to apply to the European Commission. Depending on the fund, it can take a further 9 months for you to receive your first euro, so prepare well and make sure this issue will still be relevant in the future. So back to our friend in the Northwest's idea. How and where does his idea fit into a European pot of money? The first step is that he needs to develop his idea so it fits the needs of that fund and the European environment in general. In order to do that, our friend's idea must provide a European answer to a European question, and this is a key point. How will his work help people in Spain and Italy and beyond? How does his work help Europe achieve its objectives and the EU 2020 strategy? Answering these questions may change the shape of his project ideas. At this point, he needs to be clear on how much he's willing to adapt his idea to fit European needs. It's better to draw a line in the sand now, rather than continue developing a project that doesn't suit his needs. As he's developing his European idea, he will have to find European partners. This is part of the European answer. There are many ways he can do this, through European networks and Brussels representations, through his own European colleagues and contacts, and looking at previous projects and partners. He will need to convince his EU partners of his idea and see what role they might be best suited to play. In most EU funding programmes, a minimum of 3 partners from 3 EU countries are required. The European Commission will provide him with specific documents to fill in. These are usually online forms that contain word counts and precise instructions, so he better follow them carefully. These funding calls are now very competitive, and any small administrative mistakes may cost him dearly. He should always relate his proposal back to relevant European strategies, plans and previous projects, showing what European added value his proposal brings. He needs to remember that the proposal should be clear, concise and have a good structure. There should be no jargon, as the person reading it may not be an expert in his field. English may not be his first language either. The evaluators get many proposals to read, so impress them in the first few pages and keep it smart. Once our friend has got his partners from across Europe, written his proposal, done his budgets, it's time to submit it. But don't be late. Once he's submitted his application, it may take up to 3 or 4 months to provisionally hear back from the European Commission as to whether or not he's been successful. If he has, he'll enter into a period of negotiation with the Commission. This is a good sign. He's nearly there. So now that the European Commission has agreed to fund his project, the hard work really begins. As always, the R&D team in the NHS Northwest and the Northwest Health Brussels office are on hand to help him through each step. So go on, get involved with European funding opportunities that can complement your organisation's aims and objectives. We'll back you up all the way.